Here is the 6400M set up right now at about 52% power with the ATU engaged. And I have a scope. You can see the ripple on the power supply. So that's how sensitive it's set up for. And I'm going to key it. And you can see we're running about 15 amps. Running about 15 amps. And I have the ATU engaged. I'm going to take the ATU out. Okay, we'll see if it resets at that power level. Does not reset at that power level. I'm going to increase the power level to about 70% and see what happens. I want you to notice the current level. It's drawing about 23 amps. Does not reset. Okay, it's drawing about 23 amps, which is well over the rating. Now I'm going to put the power up to 80% and 85%, and we'll see what happens. And I want you to pay particular attention to the scope. Scope did not change one iota. Not one iota did the voltage change. And we'll see if it resets. And come over here. And I'm going to put the we'll put the voltage on on 13 amps, not 13 amps, about 13 volts, and we'll see if it resets. Take a little time here and see what happens. You can imagine all the DXU could be working, and I do like the Flex. The people on Flex are really good at troubleshooting. I've been told I should get a new power supply, although you did see it run the Flex at 23 amps, well over the rating. So I'm kind of curious as to why I should get a new power supply. It's still booting up, and as you can see, it does take a while. I got a lot of help on QRZ, a lot of guidance on QRZ. Most of it intelligent, a little bit of it. There's one fellow that continually posts things that are lacking any reasonable amount of intelligence, but 99% of all the postings on there are really good. And I don't see it coming back. So I don't know why it's not coming back. Maybe it's stuck, which I will go and edit it. I will probably shut this off and start over. So I'm going to shut it down and see what happens. Look, it's shut off, but it's still lit. It's shut off, but it's still lit. How can that be? Okay, I'm going to shut the power supply off because that's the only way it's going to shut that off. And I shut the power supply off, and finally it is off. So let's go back over here, put the power supply back on, and turn it on and see what happens. One thing I don't like about the Flex, even though the support is absolutely phenomenal, they're willing to do anything to help you out. So certainly can't complain about support. I don't know if the time in the morning has any. Oh, by the way, this digital clock I've had since 1974. I call it the Hanukkah clock because if you're familiar with the story of Hanukkah, it just goes on. Those candles just keep going and going and going. Those digits don't even become dim. 1974. How many years is that? That'd be 26 plus 18. 44, 42 years. Alright, it looks like we're coming up here. You can see the ripple on the power supply. I hope you can see it. I don't know how well this gets it. Okay, getting closer. You've been watching this for 4 minutes. You could have skipped some of it. Would have been okay with me, because I'm talking like a typical ham, not saying anything intelligent. Well, I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. I apologize to all the hams. Looks like it's coming up. Okay, and there we are. Alright, I'm going to put the ATU in. No. Okay, I don't know if you noticed the lights blink. We are having a bit of a storm outside. I don't think that was the ATU that caused the lights to blink. Okay, I'm going to go up to full power. Let me just make sure that ATU is tuned. And I'm going to take a look at, I'm going to key it, see what happens. Notice nothing changes. I don't know if you can see, there's a little RF getting into the scope because I have really long leads on it. And let's check the current. Okay. Drawing about 20 amps with the ATU in. About 19 amps with the ATU in. Okay, now I'm going to take the ATU out. And I'm going to go down to about 70% power. And we're going to key it up. I'm going to put this in the voltage sections so you can see if the voltage drops off. Doesn't change one iota. And now I'm going to go up to, what's the current? Let's take a look at the current with the ATU out. 23 amps. Well, it does draw more current with the, okay, we're drawing 23 amps, which is over the rating, but it works. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take a look at the voltage. And I'm going to increase it to 80%, which is where it'll reset. And you watch the voltage, see if it changes at all. No. So, you come up to any conclusion you want. I'd love to hear it.